It's great to have a so much intelligence and learn from what your mistakes and take in so much information. And it's so awesome. There's so many brilliant people in the world working so hard. But once you disconnect the emotion, that's
That's
you're
when
you're not a
it
person.
gets, yeah. That's when the real danger hits, is
Yeah.
when you lose empathy toward even not like specific people, but like just humanity in general. When you start losing kind of that perspective, that's when you really get dangerous.
Hi, welcome back to the Invested Introverts podcast. I'm Logan.
And I'm Riley.
So, today we will be talking about a book that was one of our earlier book club books that I read late, Upgrade by Blake Crouch. This month, for the month of September, our book club book is what, Riley?
Piranesi by Susanna Clark. That's the plan.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that. First, we're going to do a quick life update and then move forward and onward
Hmm.
to the main focus, which is Upgrade by Blake Crouch. So, Riley, it's the end of the summer season. It is school season. How do you feel? You
I
survived.
I feel so much better. You've been in that same position the last couple of years. You know how it feels to finally get to the end of the season, and it's been so good. Thursday. I was working the Ferris wheel, and I had no one in the line for like a good 20 minutes. So I ended up just kind of sitting there, and I got to read a little bit of my book, which the other book I'm reading now, which is Catabasis,
Okay.
the new R.F. Kuang book that came out. And I got through, I forget how many pages, but it felt so good to just sit down at work and just read for
Mhm.
like a good 20 minutes and not, have anyone interrupt me, which was really good. So I've been enjoying that. My summer job, the job at the park's finally been slowing down, and we are finally at the part where we can pick when we work again. So I don't have to stress about my schedule. I can, pick whenever I want to work, which is really good.
Which technically, you cannot read at your ride when no one's there. Even though you're not on your phone, you're
Yeah.
not smoking, you're not doing anything crazy, you cannot read if no one is at your ride, in your ride. If you're completely empty, you're supposed to sit there and wait.
Hmm.
But we break that rule because we're reading physical books. They're nothing
Exactly.
crazy. Well, I am a substitute teacher. I pick up when I can. I also babysit. I dog sit. I do many things. I've been going to a lot of farmers markets, which is fun. I've been doing a lot of training with my puppy who just turned 5 months a few weeks ago because she was born March 30th of this year, so she's Aries. So she goes to training every single day. Not every single day, every Monday. She went to training today. And so I've been doing that. It's the first day of school. Yeah, I was at a new building, so I don't even know that school. And also, it's in my district, but it's a school that I've never been to. I've been outside it. I went to the other elementary school when I was little, and today I had work again. Another day, I'm just like printing papers, putting them up. Nothing really crazy. And I've been crocheting. I've been practicing crocheting because it's a new hobby of mine.
Oh, nice, nice.
Okay, so Riley, what have you been reading recently and watching
So,
recently before we get into our main topic?
so like I said, I've been reading Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. That's kind of really the main book that I've been reading. So I've actually been enjoying that. There have been some discourse about the book. Some people said it's like uh kind of overly written and like kind of academic in a way. Like there's again a lot of discourse on the book, but I generally enjoy her writing in general, but particularly Catabasis because um it's like it's a deep look into like academia in general, which I think she does a very good job at. And I, as much as I'm open-minded about criticism for a book, I honestly don't think it's really warranted. I respect people's opinion for the book, but I don't necessarily think it's totally warranted. I've been, again, really enjoying the book, and when I'm finished Catabasis, I might, do a longer episode on this. But there have been a lot of really interesting ideas and stuff that I've been highlighting in my book, and I really am looking forward to finishing that book. So that's mainly what I've been reading. I've also watched a couple of movies. I finally finished the Theory of Everything, the
Okay.
Stephen Hawking movie, which I really enjoyed. I think Eddie Redmayne did such a good job in that movie. He was great. Um, the entire cast was awesome, but I think Eddie Redmayne really stood out. I
He's a very
also,
talented actor.
yeah, he is, he is. I also finished Happy Gilmore 2. I finally got to
Oh,
watch that.
I tried to audition for that, but I couldn't find parking to wait in a long line.
Uh, it it was basically just Adam Sandler being Adam Sandler. I don't
Okay.
think it needed
I've
to.
never seen the first one.
Oh,
So
the first one's hilarious, and I think it's on Netflix right now. But it's hilarious. But I don't think it necessarily totally needed to be made. But I'm glad I kind of spent the time watching it.
I
Other
saw
than,
the tribute for Cameron Boyce, which was great.
yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't been. That's mainly what I've been, reading and watching. So,
Mhm.
what have you been up to?
So I have been trying to I started reading Piranesi on Friday, but I really don't count that as my beginning. I only got 14 pages in
Mhm.
because I was printing a lot of papers and stapling things. Then I haven't been reading anything else. I've been listening to books, but like they're quick reads. Like I just finished Alison Stoner's book, uh, which they called it really, really, really well adjusted, even despite everything. And that was really good to learn their story because Alison Stoner, I'm pretty sure they use they them. If I'm wrong, I use they them for neutrality either way. And I learned about their life in the acting industry because I personally love them as an actor. They were in Camp Rock, they were in Cheaper by the Dozen, they were in Step Up. I learned so much about them that I didn't know, and I'm really proud of them and their story, even though they don't need me to be proud of them. Um, but for watching things, whenever my mom and I do Instacart, Uber Eats, or DoorDash, because I do all of those things, because student loans are slowly killing me. Uh, so we listen to Dark, Dark Asia by Megan. I don't know her last name, but her voice is very soothing. We listen to Heart Start Pounding by Caitlin Moore, and she's awesome. And she does like true crime a little bit. She did an amusement park episode, amusement park accidents, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to that because I feel angsty. That's really sad. And like amusement parks are not super regulated across the country,
Yeah,
and I think other things need to be regulated first before amusement parks, but I do believe amusement parks need to get
yeah,
a overall regulation because they're different state by state and
yeah.
they can be
I th
really dangerous. And she also brings sometimes a guest, and I listen to every Saturday or sometimes Sunday Smosh Red stories because my family loves Shane Top. I love Shane Top. I remember him from he was in iCarly and So Random. He was in Goldbergs, and we love them. Them being Smosh because I watched Smosh when I was little, and the Smosh cast. I love whenever Angela's on there because she's a star kid. So we listen. I watch like podcasts, or I take a nap and I'm listening to someone like Sherilyn talk about true crime and advocate for the victims. I watch only true crime YouTubers who advocate for the victim. Um, yeah, but that's what I've been reading. Really not reading, but watching. So, upgrade. Blake Crouch. Okay, so Riley picked this book for our book club. Our book club goes here and there. We're trying to make it stronger. Our first book club pick, I picked, and I don't even remember what it's called. I
Together We
liked it.
Burn.
Oh my God, yes, Together We Burn. And it was very interesting, completely different than Upgrade, completely different from Berenice. So Upgrade. We're gonna tell you right here and now. I should have told you in the beginning. We will be doing spoilers. We will be talking about the book in full. This is your warning. Also, there's some things that you could find triggering in this book. Spoilers and trigger warning. Take care of yourself. So, Riley, are you ready to tell us why you picked this book? What genre is it? Or like why did you pick him?
Okay, so a slight backstory before we actually get into the book review. I read Blake Crouch's other book, Dark Matter, a while ago, and
Okay.
that's more on like multiverse sci-fi, like multiverse quantum theory sort of sci-fi.
Okay.
It's more about that. This is more hard science, and it's all about like genetics and stuff like that. So these two are very different books, but I really liked Blake Crouch's writing style and how he integrates all this science. So I wanted to give Upgrade a try. I heard some very good things about the book from other people and just, being around and being looking around in general. So like you said, I decided to pick Upgrade as one of our book reviews. And I've read this and I will keep my thoughts for a little later. You just finished it, so what did you
God,
think?
yeah. I did not rate it highly. I did not. I'm sorry. I don't know. I it to me it was very slow pace, and since it was very science based, I love genetics. I love DNA. I love finding out people's recessive and dominant traits. I think it's cool. I think genetics are cool, and like I don't want to mess around with people's genetics. I think like, oh, you're born that way. Let's find a way to give
Mhm.
accessibility. Also, the main character was named Logan. That's always a plus for me as a person who was obsessed with themselves and named everything Logan when I was like firstborn to maybe 11 at the latest. So, but there was also like a lot of family dynamics that I think were very important to the story. Like his sister, oh my God, what's her? Kira. Yes, Kira.
Mhm.
She was like not in his life. He's like, I haven't
Yeah.
talked to her in a while. And all of a sudden she pops up and has the same problem that their mom rewrote their DNA, infected them in some way or another. His was an explosion, hers was a
Someone ambushed her in a previous mission. She's like a special operations in the military, and she
yeah.
got captured, and that's how she got the upgrade.
So a completely different thing while he works for a company called, I have it written down, but he works for the GPA,
Mhm.
which cracks down on people who try to modify DNA, even if it's something like trying to cure cancer or something that is like really horrible and like try to fix it. And
Yeah.
this happened because he flashes back to when he was in the field just after he graduated college
Yeah,
and
hit with
wanted to
his
be
mom,
with his mom. He wanted to be a DNA specialist,
geneticist.
like
Yeah.
geneticist. Thank you, Riley. Just like her. And he was like, I'm not as smart as my twin brother who passed. And him being a twin really was like, oh my God, I'm also a twin. And my twin's really smart. And like him being really smart, passing away young, and them trying to help prevent a famine and then causing a
It goes
complete
horribly wrong.
it goes horribly wrong because the bugs are mutating. Now there's the famine that they tried to stop because of the bugs.
It's worse.
It's worse. And so many people passed away, and then his mom got sick, passed, and then he went to jail for how he helped set free these
Yeah.
bugs. And now
Yeah.
he's supposed to be on the opposite side, preventing this genetic modification. And one person he looked up to that he just wanted to cure cancer. literally was thrown in jail, and now he gets exposed and was set up for a trap. Like, that's crazy. But then it goes into telling the different letters for your DNA, and I start skimming.
So, spoiler warning, there's an entire like I forget what chapter it's in, but they're trying to figure out like what specifically their mom did, and he goes into this whole breakdown of, like Logan said, like the specifics of DNA and some very like niche terms that unless you're like really, you know, studying the science like that, you wouldn't really know. And again, this is one of those books where I had to, highlight things to look up later because, you know, some of this doesn't make sense unless you like really look into it and have a base understanding, which
Yeah.
I kind of want to jump to the difference with uh dark matter for a second. Because dark matter is more in like like multiverse sci-fi and it's something we don't have like as firm of an understanding on, he can be a lot looser with the science as opposed to Upgrade, where we do have a better understanding on genetics. It has to be, a lot tighter understanding the science. Like it's two different books just because it's the nature of the science that they're covering.
So I completely agree not having read Dark Matter. And we already gave spoiler warnings. So going deep and dirty. Yeah. So his mom modified him and
Mm.
his sister. And then they used that DNA code to track down their mom, find out she's not dead. Now she is dead. And she has a laptop on her. And the brother and the sister,
Fight
Logan
it
and
out.
Kira, are on two different sides. She's like, oh, she's trying to help people become better. She's like,
Yeah.
what if we modify more people? And he's like, what if we don't?
Yeah, and the other thing is, a little later in the book, I'm pretty sure it's after they find the laptop, the sister Kira like does a test run essentially of the upgrade on a small town, and I forget the actual statistics, but I think it's like 1 in 10 end up dying from upgrade as opposed
Yeah.
to, actually upgrading and becoming what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like people are dying and they're like, what is happening?
Hmm.
He's hiding out for a few years and is like, I see what's happening, and he's going undercover. His he was told his facility that he worked for locked him up and told his family that he is
That he
dead.
was dead. Yeah.
And the love of his life is moving on. His daughter is living without her father because they seem to have like a really good connection. And he realized how he was changing. Like you get his brain starts knowing things he couldn't recall
Yeah, his
from
memory
5 years
starts,
ago.
yeah,
His his
his
memories,
memory starts improving. He starts like, there's a couple of, definitely early on, where like he describes like the visual, like the overstimulation and all that. And again, it's very like heavily scientific. And it goes into really good detail about, the changes he's going through.
yeah. And he even modifies his face so facial
Oh, yeah,
recognition
I forgot about
doesn't
that.
work. And also they talk this happens after I think he either wrote it after COVID, but I know this came out after COVID. They mentioned COVID.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like
they do. They do. I forgot
I'm
about
like,
that.
you're in our timeline, but more
Hmm.
advanced. But
Hmm.
you're in our timeline, which is crazy because that's a whole thing about people have are annoying and obnoxious about vaccines. I'm going to just say that people are. And so like it's crazy how he's tracking down his sister and he realized his partner is not even safe to go
No,
to.
no.
That she has been modified.
Hmm.
And he loses his like last connection to his like original
Previous life.
family, his
Yeah,
previous life, because he does get to see his daughter again,
at the
only
very
one more
end.
time
Yeah.
at the very end, which is sad. And then his sister is no more. Some parts it just dragged on because it was so scientific.
Yeah, no,
But
I
I would,
understand
if
that.
you like really like sci if you're okay with that, read it. I think it's a mid book for me. I think I do like the writing. I like the descriptions. He, Blake Crouch describing the overwhelming feeling as a person who does get overstimulated. Like I don't do like loud noises. I don't do large crowds. I'm like, oh yeah, overstimulation. That's right. Um, and you can tell he put a lot of care into
Oh yeah,
this
he
book.
definitely did.
He
So
definitely, it was passion, and he's like, I'm gonna do this.
so I do kind of want to talk about Logan and Kira's characterizations because how they react, I think, is the perfect. We describe kind of their backstories, or and how they react to this situation is perfect, and it makes sense for their backstories because again, Kira went into the military, and she never
Yeah,
wanted to be like a part of the, I guess, family business, if you want to really call it that
yeah.
with their mom being a geneticist and all that. So again, she goes into the military, and her reaction to, finding out what her mom made is just basically tracks very well
Yeah.
with her being in the military, where she's like, if we have a solution, no matter what, we need to use it. Whereas Logan saw, the devastation about this firsthand, and he's like, mom's heart might have been in the right place, but she very much tried to play God and it did not end well, so we cannot let this get out. So
And
I
then,
do,
yeah.
yeah.
And then she played God again.
So I do like the characterization in this book, and I do agree that some of this does drag on, and science is a lot. So, like you said, unless you're like really into sci-fi like this, you could probably skip it. But if you're really into, hardcore nitty-gritty sort of sci-fi, definitely check Blake Crouch out, especially
Yeah.
this book.
I was really hoping that his twin was behind it. I was like, I hope it's the twin. I hope it's the twin.
Mhm,
I hate a twin trope, but I was really hoping because when you lose like someone that close to you,
mhm.
like sometimes I have nightmares about losing my twin. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy. People are like, you come into this world by yourself and you leave this world by yourself. I came into this world with a person. And like, we're not best friends. We're sisters, different relationship. But like, she is my favorite.
mhm,
And my older sister does know this. I have told this to her face. Don't you worry, guys. But like, I was so hoping because he's like so intelligent and I was hoping like he was saved by the mom somehow and was
yeah,
not told. No one told or it was like you had to hide it because the first person she tested the modification in my brain
was the
was
brother.
brother. I was
Yeah.
hoping.
So I will comment on that. I feel like as much as cool as that would be, I don't think it would work because it would kind of maybe not undercut Logan's motivation, but like I don't know. I feel like the brother's death and not being able to stack up to the brother is a key part for Logan's character, so I don't
Yeah.
necessarily know if that would help necessarily for him.
I just thought because he was as Logan said, he's the more intelligent one, that maybe he's the type A. He's like, well, we have a solution, like Kira. We have a
Mhm.
solution. Let's do it. This helped me. I am an example of the modification at young.
Actually
So
working.
actually working. And I helped also improve it. And I also modify myself. And I am here standing. Like, I had to work on myself in secret
Yeah.
with the help of mom. But then the disconnect of not being with others
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
seeing them as like a play toy because he is God. He is modified and perfect.
Mhm. And I feel like the assuming we don't, get too much interaction with Mother, but what we do get is exactly what you were describing. Like she is very type A. Her head's in the right, her heart rather is in the right place, but she pushes the science just a little too far, and she doesn't. I don't necessarily know if she doesn't, fully understand the consequences or fully like understand the ramifications of what could happen. You can only predict something so far out before everything just, falls apart.
I agree. And I think deep down, because I have a quote from her, it says, ooh, da da da. If you ever find a sliver of happiness and peace, just be thankful all and live. What she says while she's drinking with Logan, one of the last moments with him.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
deep down, I think she knows that all this work she puts into it, like when it goes wrong, it can be disastrous. And like she lost so many people in her life before getting to like the cliff's edge. Her husband passed away. Her One of her children passed really young. Her daughter is so far away and is not in contact with her.
She feels like she's doing good, but you can
She
only go.
hopes to help humanity because she sees all these problems and
Mhm.
thinks, well, I can help. I want to help. But then her scientific brain gets ahead of itself.
Yeah. It's sort of like I'm gonna, how do I put this? It's kind of a different interpretation of with great power comes great responsibility. What if your power is too much for the situation and you make it worse, essentially? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and when they become these super beings, they are able to block off emotions,
Oh
which
yeah. Yeah, I forgot
our
about that.
emotions make us so connected to each other and have empathy and understand each other that they're able to create blockers and not feel. It's great to have so much intelligence and learn from what your mistakes and take in so much information. And it's so awesome. There's so many brilliant people in the world working so hard. But once you disconnect the emotion, that's
That's when
you're not a
it
person.
gets, yeah. That's when the real that's when the real danger hits, is
Yeah,
when you lose empathy toward even not like specific people, but like just humanity in general. When you start losing kind of that perspective, that's when you really get dangerous.
which his mom had that, but it was in Dose, it's more thinking of like the best for humanity was first. They also
Mm.
talk briefly about AI in here, which is so funny
Oh yeah.
because I
Yeah.
don't support AI.
I remember them, talking about the AI in that book. I forget where it
It
was.
was so quick and brief. I'm like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was. It was random.
anti-AI as it should be.
So the one thing I want to talk about real quick is they talk about how after the scythe, basically they mastered the CRISPR technology and they started
Yes.
making like mutant animals. But I'm like the one thing I'm like, I want to kind of see how far they were able to push the mutant animals. I just want to
Oh
see some
yeah.
weird Avatar, The Last Airbender weird
Oh
combos
my God.
of
The thing
animals.
is, some animals survive like severe natural disasters, like this one place in Russia. There
Oh yeah,
was
Chernobyl. No,
Oh
no.
my God, why am I the only one who doesn't know the name of it? My mom's like, "Oh, it's Chernobyl." We were listening to a podcast that mentioned it.
Yeah.
You know what survived and was fine
Dogs.
and still living there? Dogs and cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. They're just living there. There are guards to make sure they're okay, but they're fine. They're just living there. They're great.
Overall, if you had to give it a rating for upgrade out of five,
A
where are you
five.
putting it?
It is a 2.75. I'll round it to a three. If you don't
Okay.
want decimal points, it'll be a three.
Okay. Um,
What about you?
I'm gonna put it at, I think, between a 3.5 and a 4.
Okay.
I I liked it just because this is more, like I said, my wheelhouse of sci-fi. But I totally get if people don't like how in-depth the science is. But I
Yeah.
appreciated it.
It took me a month to read it, so that really dropped my rating. I was just like, this is taking me so long that towards the end, I was listening and looking at the page. I was buddy reading
Oh,
with myself.
that's good. That's actually
Yeah,
a good idea.
yeah. I was using the Spotify, li like audio, which barely gives you any audio, and then you have to pay money to get more listening hours, which is stupid.
That is kind of stupid.
I already pay for Spotify Premium.
Yeah,
Like,
you might as well be able to get, unlimited time.
I should get unlimited time or unlimited a
So,
certain amount of time per week. Like,
oh yeah, yeah, you could do that.
whatever.
All right.
So, our last thing on the agenda. What are you looking forward to?
So actually, it comes out today. It came out,
Oh,
or no, t it comes out tomorrow.
okay.
Dan Brown's new book. If you ever read that series, Da Vinci Code, Angels and
No,
Demons.
I
Okay,
know of it.
his next book in that series is coming out tomorrow, and I feel I'm gonna wait to get it. I really want to read it, but I feel like I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
Mhm.
wait for next week. So when I get my new Audible credit, I'm just gonna listen to it. But I'm actually really looking forward to that. It's been a while since he's released anything in that series, so I'm,
Mhm.
really looking forward to that. I enjoyed Angels and Demons, The Da Vinci Code,
Mhm.
Inferno, Lost Symbol, and all that. It's a great series, and it's one of those series where you can actually read the books more or less in any order because they're pretty standalone. They don't really,
Oh,
yeah, they don't really connect to one another, so you could pretty much read it in any order. I mean, I read it in release order, but if you went in, you could, read any of the books and then just kind of move between them. They don't, connect all that much.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to uh Nico D'Angelo's next
Oh,
book, which we
yes.
need to buy our tickets for the book signing.
Yes, yes,
I'm about to
yes,
take the day
definitely.
off for it so we can like spend the day in Philly and make like we're gonna do a podcast about it. But we need to
Yeah,
buy the
definitely.
tickets. One of us needs to buy the tickets and give money to the other person.
Yeah,
Because that's coming up. That's September 25th. It's a
yeah.
Thursday. So make sure
It's a
you're off.
Thursday.
I'll yeah, it's a Thursday. It's you gotta
Yeah,
make sure you're
I'm
off.
already off. I'm already
Okay,
off
I'll
on
make sure I'm
Thursday.
off. We can go to a train station and
Yeah,
like
I'm
go in.
down
I'm
with
great with
that.
train. I'll give you gas money. But
Yeah.
like one of us needs to buy the ticket so we get a
Okay.
fine line
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
so we can get the book and get signed and we'll
After the
do a whole
episode, we'll deal with
podcast
that.
about that. It'll
Yes,
be great.
definitely.
I'm very excited for that. Percy Jackson coming back. I really want to get a Percy Jackson Camp Half-Blood shirt.
Oh,
Apparently Five Below
yes.
has them. The Five Below in our area, well, the one in my area, because we live close, but we have two different Five Belows. The one
Mhm.
in my area, the closest one to me, does not have any. I'm kind of upset, so I might order up at Etsy. What's the next thing you're reading?
So, like I said,
Thoughts, feelings.
I'm gonna get once I finish Catabasis, I'm gonna get to Piranesi,
Okay.
obviously for the episode. And then obviously I'll probably read that at the same time I'm doing Secret of Secrets, which is the Dan Brown book. Other than that, I've got a pretty extensive list, but those are probably the two books I've got up next. So what
Got
are
it.
you up to next?
My God, I pulled them out just for this moment, actually. So I recently got a book. I went to Books a Million because I was waiting to get DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever, someone. It was a slow week. It's fine. The Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo have their own book.
Oh, that's
I
great.
literally saw it on the table, and when I go to our local bookstore, which isn't local, it's not indie, sadly. Um, it's Books a Million, and I love Books a Million. My mom used to work there. So I saw this and I'm like, I'm not buying any books. I was told I'm not allowed to buy any books because I either buy it with my money, which I'm trying to save. I'm trying to get a new car,
Yeah.
or my mom buys it and when she's proud of me. She's always proud of me, but like when when I'm having a rough week or having a rough time, I get a book. Like when I get my blood work done and my knees checked out,
Oh,
I'm gonna get
yeah.
two. I might get 4 books because I deserve it for getting my blood work and
Valid.
getting my knees checked out. I'm gonna get
Valid.
4. Though technically, I'm getting another book because that's the same week as Nico's new book coming out. So technically, I'm getting another book. Maybe I should get 5 so it's even. I'll do a book haul.
Yes, definitely. Do it.
I
Do
say
it.
maybe Riley should get me books because my knees are messed up. I'm auditioning. I'm back to auditioning, and I Riley's been like, "How is it going?" I'm like, "It's actually really good." But this, I'm so excited. I don't know I'm gonna read it, but like, it's so spooky, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like
it
how
does
the
look
Hex
great.
Girls kind of look like they look like BIPOC. They look like POCs. I'm like,
Yeah.
the Hex Girls can be anyone. The Hex Girls are a mindset. Okay, I'm excited because I love things, but I talk about other things I love, and then I have to read the accomplice to the villain. I literally got stickers from Books a Million while I was there getting this book that I wasn't supposed to get. This series, I got the
Oh,
stickers and
I
I
got
put
it.
in my new sticker book, which I held. And yeah, I want to really read these. I should read this in Paranesi. I should bring this to school and read it.
Definitely. Go for it.
I also have audiobooks that I need to read because I've been getting back on my reading grind. So I
Exactly.
think that's it. Do you have anything my sheet protectors for my stuff fell in front of me. Riley, do you have anything, questions, comments, concerns for the group?
Not really.
You can find us at
Invested Introverts podcast. We just set up a Instagram. I will put that in the description. Also, Logan, I know you have Goodreads.
I have Goodreads. I have Storygraph. It should be both Miracle Santana. My Instagram and TikTok is also at Miracle Santana. You can find me there doing different things, taking pictures of dogs, making videos.
I also have Instagram. It is Riley T. Murray. I will link that. I also do Letterbox, which is more for my film stuff. And I also do Goodreads, and I'll link all that stuff in the description. But again, best way to find us will be on the Invested Introverts Instagram. It will probably be mostly where we put all of our upcoming episodes and stuff. But if you guys want to check out everything else, you guys are more than free to.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed. And have a lovely day or night
I've been
wherever you
Riley,
find you. I'm Logan.
and we will see you guys next episode.